things. So what we are going to learn. Okay. The first thing is it's all about a web development. So in this web development, we are going to learn about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Bootstrap. So these are the four things we are going to learn. Okay. So the first thing is they have given what is web pages, website, web server, and search engine. Uh, so to make it see here, so if I go to some website, so this is a website example I'm taking. Okay, so this is called as if I click on this particular link, so what happened? It opens this particular web page, right? And if I click on this bookmark, so bookmark will open that particular page. So that's called as a web page. And what is search engine? Search engines, we have so many search engines. I have a Google, and I have something called from Microsoft that is called as a Bing, so which is preferred by Microsoft. And there are so many search engines we have. Okay. And what is called website and web server? So website, if example we can take, so if Ayyappan is there, Ayyappan is ready to take to create a website. So what are the prerequisite things he need? So let's see. Once again. Okay, what are the prerequisite things we need is, so example, first you need a shopping website name, right? So if you see this link, whatever the link you go, just see here. So this is my link. I'm taking this link. Okay. So here you can see. So this is called as a portal. That is, sorry, protocol. And this is called as your domain name, which you are going to give. And this is called as your extensions. If example, IUPN is creating a shopping website. So let's take um protocol, and this is called as a domain name, and the another one is your extension, right? So if it is a shopping website, the first thing is two protocols we have. So if you take kind of banking website, so it will be like HTTP. Okay. But so HTTPS for banking and other secure thing, they will go with a HTTPS. HTTPS nothing but hyper text transfer protocol secured. So this is a secured one. Okay, so this is called as a secured one. And the second thing is HTTP. So it is unsecured. So these are the two, protocols we are using for the website. The next one is what is called as this LMS Tech-Saksham. So this is my domain name. So if you want to get this domain name, okay, you want to get this domain name, so definitely you should go to that any particular website. Example, I can go with GoDaddy. So it's like I've already created my website. I just want to keep and I want to create a domain name. So if you click on this, see here it is asking for some perfect domain name. So you can give any kind of domain name, and also it will be charging you values. Example, for web hosting. So what will be the value? So everything will be given there. So from there you will be getting a domain name. So I'm giving a domain name as uh, Ayyappan Shopping. So this is my domain name. And what is called as extension? Extension is example, I'm going to create some NGO. Okay, it's an NGO. So then obviously it is org, and it's a government website, GOT. And if it is a commercial website, we can go with .com. Okay, so there are different extensions we have. So now how we can create a this URL? So using this thing. So now what is a protocol I can give? So it is a commercial website. So I'm just giving HTTP and colon double slash. What is the domain name? So domain name is I got it from GoDaddy, and I'm just giving extension as .com. Okay, so it will be like this. So this is your URL. Okay, and so after so after creating this iepinshopping.com, so what is called as website and web page. So this entire URL will be having a particular website. So it holds all the details which is consistent, right, for that particular domain. So this is called as a website. So if you click on this, you can see a particular website, right? So the next thing is called as web page. So in this IAPN shopping, I have something called as home, and some contacts and order and payment options. Okay, like this I have a different tabs. So this each and every tabs, it is called as a web page. Okay, this is called as a web page. Just copy this. So these are all called as a web page. If I click on that link, it will open the particular part that is called as a web page. So what is next? We have that is called as web server. So web server is nothing but I have a client. So client is nothing but a user. So we are a user. If I'm a user, just I'm going to this particular portal. I'm just typing something. Okay, example. Like this, I'm typing and I'm getting some information of it, right? So how am I getting? So just if and I'm a client, I'm just typing an example. Okay, I'm just typing an example in Google. So after entering it, so it reaches the informations. It passes the information. So how it passes? It will send some HTTP request. Okay, so it will send a HTTP request to the server. Okay, so it goes to the server. Now what happened is in the server example, I'm just getting a Google. So Google will having a particular IP address. Okay, so that IP address will be searched in the server. And what happened? That information will be delivered to the client. So how the next process is server will send the HTTP response to the client. Okay, so this is a very simple process it was handling. So now we know how to get a website link, and the second one is how the process is going on. So this is a process of the process between a client and the web server. So now we'll just discuss. So what are the things we'll be knowing to create a website. So I'll just increase this. See here. So now if you want to learn something, so there are basics things we have. So what is called as front end, something called as back end, and the last one is we need a database, right? These are the different things we are going to learn. So first one is front end. So front end means it is just to design a web page. Okay, so example, we'll take some templates from online. Okay, so I'm taking some HTML and CSS template. Just go to the images. So here you can see so many templates. So this is a template. Okay, so this is something called education template, and here I have the screen is not clear. Okay, see here, this is a some electronic website we have. So to create this, what is the basic knowledge we need? So to create a template alone, if I'm going to create a template alone, I just need HTML and CSS. That's enough to create it. HTML. So that's enough to create a templates. So example, in industries, what they are expecting us. This is one kind of role. So example, if the students is up, trying for the web, designer or web developer. Okay, so they need a knowledge of creating some jpg or some images will be given to you, that is given to the students, and they'll be asking to convert that into an html and css page. Okay, so this is an opportunity they will be getting. So this is a one kind of opportunity that it will be getting. So if they are good enough, creating the HTML and CSS. Okay, and if suppose so, this is a one opportunity, and the second opportunity is like Java developer role. Okay, if they are applying for a Java developer role, so it will be like a coding session. So I'll share you the coding link also, something like this. So if I go to this codebite.com, JavaScript challenges. Click on this link. Okay. So here you can see so many. See here. So these are the challenges. If I click on this link, start challenges. See here. This is some kind of a platform which the students can gain their knowledge apart just by reading. See here. This is a function. Okay, and this is a console. So now they have given the instructions of what they need to do. So what is the instruction is, so this is the text they have given and they want to reverse this text in like this. To do this, they need to code here. So everything is given, the function name is given and what to return, everything is mentioned here. But what is the only thing they have to do, they just want to code it here. Okay, so they can, so they need to practice these kind of challenges. Just go to the javascript challenges, they'll be understanding what it is. And the third thing is, after that is, there are two different things we have for javascript developers. So for example, they are approaching for the fresher, then what happen is they'll ask some basics of it, basics to just code a simple things, so which I've provided. If it is a advanced, then they need to learn about something more than that. For that also I'll share you the link. Okay, so these are the basics. Okay, and advanced also there, like classes and promises and synchronizations, modules. So these will be under what, this will be under. So if you have any questions also, you can ask me if you want. I think Priti is asking some question, but I don't know. I think your there is, your mic is on mute. Just check it. So this is a link if you want to learn. That is the, if the students want to engage informations about advanced, they can get into this link. And what is all about a React JS? So that sorry, a Bootstrap. So in the sessions, do anyone know what is Bootstrap? Can also answer it in the chat box. Any idea what is Bootstrap?
It's a framework, HTML, CSS framework.
Okay, good. And so why we go for a Bootstrap? Is any special things we have in that?
Yeah, it provides various, types, like multiple types of buttons, navy bars, and all that. So that ready-made templates we can use.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Actually, we have a different, frameworks. So I'll show you that. So if I click on this link, you can see, there are so many frameworks we have. So just come down. So we have something called as a tailwind and bootstrap. So bootstrap, which we are going to learn, okay, and something called as foundation. And we have so many, frameworks. But in industries, sometimes it depends upon the projects how you work, okay, on framework. So now I'll show you the official website. So this is the official website of Bootstrap. You go here, you can see what are the different versions we have and how to go through these documents. So everything is given here. And if you click on this, so I'm just giving a starter template. If I click on the starter templates, you can see here, right? See this particular thing. So this is a template to create a bootstrap page. So this is a normal template, and I'll tell you what are the things we are going to do. Okay. So as of now, I just copy and paste it in the notepad. And why? And also, if suppose I'm going for a milligram. So milligram. So have anyone heard about milligram before? This color you also. I'm sorry. Okay. So if we just click on this milligram. So this is called as this is also your framework. So if you just go to the documentation, okay, just you can tell the students whatever the technologies is given or what are the frameworks they are going to work. Just go to their official website and you can get more knowledge about that. So here also, if I click on this getting started, so it is showing so how to install that particular frameworks in your code. So everything has been listed, right? So just for an example, I'm telling you. So if anyone, yes, registration link, make a website responsiveness. Okay, 1 minute. I'll share the link. I think just take the link. Okay, so the next thing is so why we are going for this bootstrap and what are the opportunities we have. So like they will be again. So it is like a front end developer portion will be there, the opportunities. Okay, so in that, so what is a task will be given? So they will be given the entire, see here, the folders, they will share the folder. Example, I'm telling, okay, they will share the zip folders. In that, they will be having some images and also the particular things they will given. So how you need to create a page. Okay, so that PDF will be given, the template PDF will be given, and they also have some conditions or criteria. So what are the font size you have the students have to give, and what are the particular colors they need to mention, and what are the notifications they need to create. So each and everything it will be listed in that zip folder. They will just share to the students, and they will ask the students to create a website using, sometimes they will tell like, so you have to create using a bootstrap framework. And in some companies they might have said like, so you can create using any kind of frameworks. Okay, so this is the a main important thing we are going to learn. So what is our task? So what are the important opportunities we are going to get? Okay, so after this, backend. In this backend, backend is like there are so many differentiation we have. So see here, something called as you might have heard about man stack. But here we are not going to see no full entire thing, but we'll learn about two basics thing that is called as React.js and Node.js. So what is a React.js? Anyone knows what is React.js? Any idea?
It's a backend developer framework. With the help of that, we can, design our database and connect with the front end.
Okay, okay, great. So actually, yes, thank you. Yes, Pradeep, you're right. Yes, it is for front end. Actually, we use this React.js mostly to create a front end. That is for single page application. So this means, example, I don't want to refresh my page for each and every time. Okay, and the all the entire things will be in a components. If I'm creating some home or contact details, everything, so it will be like a components. So I will not be handling as an entire page. Everything will be considered as a component here in a single page application, and this is called as a library. It's this is not a framework, so this is a library. And here also we have some database handling, that is called as a MongoDB. So in MongoDB, I will also share the link. So here I will provide the React.js official website link. So this is the official website link. Again, the navigation is very important. If you go here, you can see how we can create a React app and how we can proceed with this. So each and everything has been mentioned here. I will share this link. Okay, and so for MongoDB also. So this is a downloading link. If possible, you can also download it. See here. Here, if you are using Windows, you can choose Windows. Otherwise, whatever OS you are just using, just click on that and download it on your PC. So this is entirely for a database. Again, in database we have something called as, we are going to learn about MySQL. So in MySQL, this is also a database. How we can create a table, and how we can create a database. Using that, how we can insert the data. So after inserting, how we are going to convey the information between a Java with a MySQL. Okay, how the database is going to interact. So that we are going to see. And finally, we'll see about Java. So what is all about Java? And we'll learn about OOPS concepts. So OOPS concept is like, what is polymorphism and what is encapsulation and what is abstraction. So these we will see. And once we're done with that, we will learn about JSP, Java server page, and servlets, and JDBC connection. We'll know about annotation. Okay, so these are the important things we are going to learn. Okay, and what are the opportunities they will be getting, that also we have discussed. If we are only going to learn about MySQL, then they will be getting an option for the backend process. Okay, okay, once again. Okay, just we'll check. So now I think you all are clear with what we are going to learn today. I'll just share this in the chat box as well. Here also in the group also I'll share this. Registration icon is not enabled. Okay, can you please try it again? I don't know the name. So I'll get you back. Okay, so don't worry. So these are the main, basics we have learned. And what are the internet based services we have? So like, electronic mail state and WW, FTP's file transfer protocols. If you want to transfer some information from one system to the another system, before what they will do, if you want to take a remote access, then you will go with the FTP. And chat room is there, mailing list. There are so many important, based services, internet based services are there. And this is like in a history and evolutions of internet. So how it is going on, and this is a process which I have explained before, right? I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. So see here, here you can see. So what is the main expansions for hypertext transfer protocol? So this is a client, so which I'm typing some information, and just that information is going as a request to the web server, and the response comes back. Okay. And the next thing is what is web page. So I already told you. So what is a link which we are having? So in previous example, the IFN have created some, like of shopping website. So that is called as a website. And what are the two types of web pages we have? So this we need to know. So one is called as a like static. The another one is a dynamic web page. So static is nothing but if you're creating some example for the commercial things. If I'm trying, if I have some institution, I have a training session. So that will be like I don't want that information to be repeated. So that is called as a something called as a static web page. I don't want to repeat, or I don't want to get that particular information again. Just they want to visit my website alone. And dynamic web page is nothing but that is called as a example. We can take Amazon, Flipkart's website. So what they are doing, so that is called as a dynamic web pages. They are getting the information and then making them to buy it again and again. So what is website? We already know. And web applications. So web applications, see here. So this is all called as a web application. So if, in an example, I've created some app or a website. So that particular website that runs on the web server, that is called as a web application. Okay. The next thing is what's the difference between a web application and website that is given here. See here, web application, I already told you, like Amazon and Facebook and something called as Flipkart. So these are all called as a web applications. So these are the some things. See here, this is interactive for users at any time. And if you go with the news and college website, there is not all the times it will not be interactive, right? But if you go to this particular website, what happens? So every time there will be some person will be interacting at the back end. So that is called as a web applications. So now I hope you all the faculties will know what is HTML. So just I'll give a short info that is info about this. So hypertext markup language and how we can build this blocks. Okay, so let's go with an example. I'll tell you so how we can create a things. So you can use any kind of editors. I'll give you this thing. So editors. So for students, ask them to use Visual Studio Code because that is expected in IT industries. So the first preference is go to this Visual Studio Code. And also if it is not okay, and you can go with the Notepad and Notepad plus plus, that also you can download. I will also share the link for you. Okay, so these are the two editors you can take. And we have one more thing that is called as a Sublime. So I'll share you the link here once again. So this is a link for Visual Studio Code and for Notepad. So just check whether you are that's sometimes in lab session there'll be like a Windows 7 will be there, right? If example I'm saying. So just check and install the appropriate editors over there because it will not accept the latest version. So so while installing this editors, you just should know. So check the OS. Okay, so for example, is it Windows, or if you are using any Linux distribution, so just check that. Okay, and if you are using Mac or whatever it may be, okay, so just check on that and install accordingly. And whatever the version, just check the Windows version and install, because sometimes it will not accept if you are trying to get into the latest link. Yes, Sri Lakshmi, have any doubts? Okay, so this is how we'll be downloading. So as of now, I'll go with a notepad because it is not, it will not have any predefined things. If I type something, it will automatically come. So this is, advanced and sophisticated. Okay, this is sophisticated one. And if you go with the notepad plus plus, so it will just highlight the colors. For example, I'm using elements or tag or whatever it may be. So can anyone tell me what's the difference between elements and tag? I already installed it, so I'm clicking on that. Yes, can anyone tell me what's the difference between elements and tag? Because this is the interview question for the students. It is asked in companies. So I'll also discuss about what are the interview questions they are asking. Any idea? Yes. Yes. Vemakuti, right? Chaitanya. Okay, so just we'll see the basic structure. So how to create a things. So if you already know, just look on this. So this is a basic structures, a doc type HTML. So this will know the browser, that is you browser to know whether what we are going to write. So whether it is a HTML or not. So to for that purpose, we are using this doc type. So it's nothing but a document type. After this, so this we have two things. One is called as a head. The other one is called as a body element. Okay, so this is a head and this is a body element. In the head element is nothing but it's like a brain. So it is we can take it our body, so the head and the body. So in the head, what we will store, a brain things will be there, right? So whatever thinking, everything will be there. So as of now, the head element mostly, they have used in for the search engine optimizer. So search engine optimizer example, if you have created some website and you want your website to be listed first, then you can use this head elements. Inside this you can mention your keywords and the titles and the descriptions, whatever it may be, you can go here. But in the body element is nothing but whatever the user is viewing. So see here, from this particular place, from this top to till this one, so it is called as a body element. Whatever you're mentioning in the body element, it will be visible to the user. Okay, but as of now, I can give a title. So so title is, this is a title name, so you can see mail and Mona Lisa, WhatsApp. So this is called as a title name. So I'm just giving HTML. Okay, so in this body elements, we can mention so many things. Okay, so we already know what is heading and everything, right? So see here, for heading session, so we have till H6. From H1 to H6 we have just listing all the headings. And also I have multiple examples for this. I'll give you exercise. Just you can also execute and send me the screenshot. This. Okay, so these are the different headings we have from H1 to H6. And just to confirm, sometimes they will ask a student what is the version you are using. So if you go and check the HTML latest version, so we have what is HTML5 we are using. Okay, so that the students have to mention. So HTML5 version. So in this HTML5 version, you have know what is heading. So just give any names you want. I'm just giving HTML. And for this, we need 70% of attendance. So just remember that. So we know this thing. Just I'm trying to run this program. So these are the just right click on this, go to inspect. Okay, this is called as a this is called as the inspect. So if you just click on this, you can check what is the exact font size we have, and what are the colors, and what is the margin space we have. So everything it has been mentioned here. See here, you can see all the entire things in this particular thing. So the font size varies. So that is the main thing. We go for this, and this is a important, the most importantly used one. This is the late that is least important one. I think someone is please make be on mute, Sri Lakshmi. Okay, so the next one is called as a paragraph. So this will be a paragraph. So if you want to mention any particular information, just go with that. So I'll get the information from Lorem Ipsum. Just copying this text. Okay, paste it here and slash paragraph. Okay, so I'm just refreshing this page. You can see the text has been listed. So if you go and check what is font size, it is 16 pixel. But here you can see it is 32 and 24, and the font size varies. Okay, so this is a basic intro of it. And the next thing is, so we have already discussed what is a basic structure and what is list. So we have two things. Obviously, you may not know what is a list, but if suppose you have not known, so just I'll give the command line. So if you want to give a command line, just give the angle brackets and hyphen hyphen. Just give the name. So I'm just giving a list. So there are two types of lists. So first I will go with the ordered list. So in ordered list, if you see, so we have to mention two things. So one is ordered list. The another one is called as a unordered list. Just have like this unordered list. Okay. So in this order list, we have a list of elements. So that child is nothing but list of elements what you're going to mention. So again, I'm giving some HTML like that. So list of elements. I'll just copy this. And here also I'm just giving information. Okay. So like this, it will be there. Changing this to be home. contact. So here, anyone knows what is iframe? Do anyone know what is iframe? So why we are using iframe? Any idea? I hope my voice is clear for you guys. Yes. No, right? Okay. So if I run this, see here. So this is a default one. Okay, default one is so home and contactors. It is an order wise, right? So for this order, the default is 1 2 3, and for another list, it is a disk. So if I try to change this, if example I'm giving a type to be like I'm mentioning this type to be something character that is capital A, then what happens? So it will change according to that ABC. If I give something like start option and I'm mentioning I want it from some 5. You can see it is from that is ABCD, so it starts from EFG. So like this it will be there. And here we have multiple options. So type I'm giving like circle, so it changes to that particular circle. And if I change that to a square, refresh, you can see some square buttons will be there. Okay. And how I can create a link? So mostly if the students are creating a website, they need a bookmark. So how we can create a bookmark? So bookmark is nothing but, okay, so this is a home session. So if I click on that home particular information, it should open. If I click on that particular, so how can I do that? Any suggestion how we can do this? Giving I'm creating this. How can I, get the information of this home? So if I have some heading and paragraph for this home, I have to use ID, right? So I here I'm making this to be a link. So link means anchor tag, AHREF. And if I'm too fast or if I'm too slow, so just tell me. Okay, I can also change that. Just close this. So this is a link. Okay. So here, so I'm going to make it as a ID. So ID means it is a symbol we need to use hash. So this HRE of name and this ID name should be similar. So I'm giving it as a home. Okay. And here I'm just clicking home and I'm getting some paragraphs. Just copy this paragraph. Copy this. I'm making this to be a paragraph. Okay. And again, what I do is I create one more heading and I'm giving this to be a contact. And I'm picking, so I want this to be a ID equals to some contact name. Again, I'm creating a paragraph. Okay. And what I have to do, so here, go here, and I'm clicking this to be a link, href equals to some hash contacts. Okay, so like this, it will be there. Now, go to this particular website, just refresh. I think I have not closed it. If I click on this home, I can see the home details. And if you go up and if I click on this contact, I can see the contact details. So this is called as a small bookmark, which we can create using the IDs. And the next thing is what is called as an element. I already asked, right? So element is nothing but if, so this is a interview question. Okay, example, the element is nothing but if it has a start tag and the end tag, so that is called as a element. But tag is nothing but it will be like this. So you need to use a left angle bracket and the right angle bracket. In between, you need to mention the tag name. So this is called as a tag. So example, so for this, we have something called as head, HTML. Okay, these are called as elements. So the tag names, I can keep something like us. So it should close head and here HTML. Okay, like this it will be there. And for tag name, img, okay, or I can give something the same thing I have to mention, like this is called as a tag and this is a sorry, this is an element and this is a tag. And we have two things, one is called as a container element. Container is nothing but if it has a starting and ending tag. Okay, but empty element, so empty element is nothing but if it has only one no start tag, so it has only one start tag and doesn't have any end tag. Okay, so now so we know how to create a link. So there is a one interview question, so nothing but what is called as a inline block, inline block elements. Okay, so we'll see this. Okay, so we can consider this heading element. Okay, I'm just creating some color for this. To create any styles, you have to mention the style attribute. So style is called as an attribute here. Here I'm going to mention the property and value. So properties I'm giving. I need a background color. So backgrounds. So if you need syntax also, I can share you the link. You can ask me. Okay. So in the background color, I'm giving some colors. So I'm going with a color name coral. We need a colors. You can go with the color pickers. Okay, so I'll prefer this link. So you have a lot of colors here. Okay, you can see the color names and everything. You can go through this link. Okay, and so now we'll go with this. I have given a color, right? So here, what I will do is I have some one more text. So here I'm mentioning, okay, I'm using a span element. So span element, anyone have an idea about span element? So in the span element, giving a style, it's to be some background color. Okay, so background color as cyan. Okay, so this is what it will be. Okay, so this is a background color, and here also I've given a background color. So now we will go and check the thing. So go up. So now I have not mentioned any text. So in the span element, I'm giving a text as version 5. So see here. So in this place, it takes the entire width of the row. Okay, if it takes the entire width of the row, that is called as a block level element. And if it occupies a necessary width, that is called as a inline element. So what is the interview question is, see here, this is a Zogo interview question. So give me some three examples inline and block elements. Okay, so what is the example is for inline? I will say, so this is, it occupies necessary width a space. Okay, so example, if I give some text, so this is an example. I have used the span element, so this is an example. Okay, and for block elements, so block element is, this is a block element, so just copy this. So in block element, it occupies the entire width of the row. So this is called as a block level element. And we have one more thing. So for this, we know the from heading 1 to 6, everything is called as a, sorry, yes, from heading 1 to 6, it is entirely it is called as a block level element. And what are the other examples we have for this? So we have div containers, and we have something called as see here, we have paragraphs. Paragraphs also the same thing. So if you apply some colors, I'll just copy this. If you run this, you can see it occupies the entire row. Okay, but what is the example for inline? So inline is, I already told you, the span. So example is span. The other things are nothing but if I'm trying to add some images in a website. For example, I'm adding an image here. So img src. Okay, in src, I'm giving a some text, that is file. So let me take some images from a picture. Okay, so this is the image. I'm just going to import it here. What is the extension? Just check. So this is a PNG file. Just go here and paste it. .png. Okay. So now you can also give the width and height for this if you want. Okay. I'm just setting a width. So width is also again an attribute. So for this, I'm giving some 100 pixels. And for height, also I'm giving some 100 pixels. So that's enough for this. If you run this, you can see it is not occupying the entire thing row. It occupies the space which it has. If I mention 100 and 100, it's just taking only the that particular space. So this is called as a inline element. So now I'm specifying href and I'm just giving a link like this and give a link. So now you can see it is also taking the necessary width. So this is nothing but it is called as a inline element. So what are the examples we can specify? Span, inline, sorry, span, and then img, and we have something called as anchor tag. Anchor tag is also possible. So these are the some example for this. So what is called as an inline block? So I have some example for you. I'll show you. See here, I'll just open it in a notepad. Okay, here I have used a CSS. Don't worry about this. So I'll tell you the output. So how it runs. So this is a basic example. If you see, this is called as an inline element. It occupies the necessary that is width. This is occupies the that is entire width. But what happens is it will start from the new line. Okay, and if you see with the inline block, it will accept the width and height. Okay, once we go with the CSS, I'll explain you because it will be a little confusing for you if I tell these things. Okay, so now next thing is we'll understand what is called as a iframe. So iframe is nothing but if you are trying to, so iframe is nothing but if you're trying to put a website within a web page, that is called as a iframe. So if example I'm having some photo, just go to the code. So many examples. Yeah, so see here, here I have some footer elements. So here I'm mentioning a footer element. Okay, so I'll tell you what is footer element. In this footer element, I need a map, okay, of my contact. So where is my office located? So that should be visible to the user, right? So for that purpose, I'm going with the iframe. So iframe. So just go to the Google and type Google Map. Just click on the Google Map. You can choose any place, whatever you want. Just click on this. You can see this, right? Share. Click on share. Go to embed map. Okay. Copy this text and just paste it here. See, this is my iframe link for the map. So now you go here and just refresh this. Come down. You can see the map, okay, of your particular website. Okay, as that is your address. I don't want that to be printed, so I want some website to be listed in my web page. So what I can do, let me take this website. Okay, just copy the link. Now go to this footer. Just mentioning iframe src, you need to mention the URL link which you want to visible or make it visible. And this is an element. So just close this iframe. Inside this, you need to mention the that is link. That is the name of thing. Or you can go with the width and height. So I'm going to mention the width to be some 100. Okay, let it be 300 pixels, and the height is also some 300 pixels. To save this, run the file. So here you can see the website has been listed, right? You can see all the information. So that also we can do it here. So we know this, okay, bullet and table. So table creation is very simple. Mm, in table, so if you are trying to create some list of details, then what we will do, go here and give table. So in HTML, so how it will be mentioned as a row, right? So go here and give a table row tr. So in table row we have multiple options like table data. So in the table row it will be like a cell, right? So each and every cell. So sorry, once again. So in table data slash table data. I'm giving some name here. Name, let it be. Okay, I'm giving Sri Lakshmi, and Hutton is just some 100%. Okay, like this I've given. I need one more table row. Just copy this, and I need to give a that is headings, right? So table row slash table row, and inside this I need a heading. So th. Okay. Just close this off slash th. So now I'm going to give a name, table heading name, and here also I'm giving a percentage. So now you can refresh and see. Just come down. So here you can see the table. So if you want to make it as 100%, okay, so what we can do is we can give a table color and borders, everything you can give. As of now, I'm giving a border to be 1, and also you can mention some cells padding. So cell padding is nothing but the space between the text and the border. So which I'm giving the border, right? For that and the text, it needs some space. For that purpose, I'm giving some 5. And for cell spacing, I'm giving some values. So if you refresh and see some details has been listed. So some data has been listed here. So next, the next thing is we'll learn a very important interview question for the students. It's nothing but what is called as a box layout. So how we can do this? So this is also one of the interview questions. So before that, we'll just understand. So have we all already know what all these things? So for this table also I've created. Uh, Let me check whether I've created table. We know. So for canvas graphics, we can do two things. One is called as a canvas, and the another is one is called as a SVG. So how we can do this? Okay. Canvas is nothing but it is created using a JavaScript. Okay, there are two different terms we have. So one is SVG, the another one is called as canvas for the graphics purpose. Okay, this is created using a JavaScript, and the SVG is created using the XML. Okay, so we'll see some basic examples. See here, this is the canvas element which you have given, and I've given ID creation, width, and height. So as of now, we don't know what is JavaScript, right? So don't think about it. So for JavaScript, definitely we need ID. So using that ID, what I will do, I have a document object. In the document object, we have something called as a method, a get element by ID method. Okay, so I'm just calling this ID here. After getting this ID, I'm going to set this context to be a 2D, that is two dimensional. Okay, and how I'm just going to fill this thing. So I'm just going to fill this style to be in this particular color. Okay, and I want it to be a rectangle. So rectangle means obviously we'll have a 4 coordination points. So that coordination point I have given. So if you want to check the coordination point also for image, we can just go to the paint tab, and you can open the image. Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, Monish, you
Yes,
have any
ma'am. Yeah,
yes
ma'am.
any
Please.
doubts? Yes, any doubts you have?
Actually, I'm not getting very much. I was trying to look after your PDF page because I don't have deep knowledge of all these things, so
Okay,
I
okay,
could
no
grasp
issues.
whatever
Mhm.
that. Right,
Yes, whatever the doubts you have, you can ask me at any time. Okay, don't
right,
worry.
right.
Just go
Thank
through
you.
the content. Yes, I'm just going a little
Okay.
bit slow only. So if you need any questions, if you have any, whoever it may be, just if you have any questions, you can just ask me through the WhatsApp, or you can ask me through the Teams also. Okay, I'll be there. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So now you can see this is a rectangle. Okay. So if you want to get the coordinate points, you can just go to the paint, and you can get the image inside, and you can check the pixel value. So what are the coordination points? Okay. So give me 1 second. Okay, thank you for staying connected. Yes. Okay, this is all about canvas. So we'll see the output, and also I'll share you all the uh, data which I have. If I run this, you can see in this coding. See here. So what happened is the first one is that ID, that is canvas ID, I've created a width of some 200 pixels. If I right click on this, go to inspect, just select this box. Now the outer boxes. So outer box is something around 201, and so the inside is filled with this particular value. That is, it is in red color, right? So FF means it is in red color, the EXA code. Okay, and for what is called as SVG and what is the example for that? Let's check that. Yeah. So here we have an example. So for everything I have given an example. You can go through and you can share it to your students. So this is a SVG example. So again, SVG is a it is also used for the graphics purpose. You can, but the thing is it will be in some XML, that will be in a JavaScript mode. So see here, I have mentioned what particular type of shape I need. So here I need a rectangle, so I have mentioned it as a rectangle. But if you want any kind of circle or a polygon, so you need to mention that element name. Okay, and what is the width? So I have mentioned 300 and 100, and style is the RGB. So RGB is red, green, and blue. So red, it is in off state. 0 means off, G means off, and B is 255. So the ranges is from 0 to 255. So this color will be in blue color. And the stroke width is example, you can consider a pencil, like a pencil. So pencil, so how thickness it should be. For that, I'm giving a 6. And that stroke color, so what color it should have. So that also I have mentioned as black color. Okay, so now we will check the output for this. See here, the outer part it is in black color and the inner part is in blue color. You can compare this example. Okay, so the RGB value is some blue, so it has been filled in blue color, and the stroke width is some 6. Okay, so the width is 6 and the color is black color. So everything in 0 means it will be considered as a black color, right? Okay, so then this is the next PPT. So we know what is graphics between the SVG and canvas, and how we can import multimedia. So here we can easily import the multimedia data, but there is an important thing is it. So what is example? If I'm going to import audio, if I'm starting some music page, okay, so music website. So then if example I have created a website with all the music files, it has been in some .mp3 file. Okay, so it is an mp3 file, but my user is using some other browser and web browser, and he's not able to see that particular that is audio. So what happened? So we should not mention any one particular that is extension. So what we have to mention is what are the different extensions we have. Just convert that file into different extension, and you can mention like this example. We have something called as OGG, and we have something called as wave. So these are the different audio formats, like .mp3, .ogg, and .wave. Okay, so I'll give you some a simple example for this. So if you go to any particular website, so I want to download audio file mp3 download. Okay, just giving like this, just click on this file. Just come down. I'm clicking on this link. Okay, so download link. So it is downloading. Just download. So here you can see this is a MP3 format. Okay, so I'll tell you how to insert this in your file. So if you go here, I think I would have, okay, so see here. So I have a audio file, just click on this edit. Okay, I think I have deleted. So let me create a new file, or let I go with the previous file. Okay, so here I just click on this. Now I'll create an audio format. So audio slash audio. So here you need to mention the source. So for example, I'll show you the link, particular link. So how we can do this. I'll prefer this website. So because see here. So here we have a different extensions. See in this particular thing. So audio is the element, and inside this I have a source element. So this source tag is used to import a file. Okay, which file you are going to use, and what is the type. So type is the audio is a type, and what is the particular format you are going to use, that you need to mention. Clear? Sorry. So here you need to use source in src, and the file type is, what is the file name. Just go to downloads. So this is a file name. Just copy this. What is the format? It is mp3 dot mp3. Okay, and then you need to give the type. So the type is it's audio type, and here the format you need to mention as an mpg. Okay, so let's check. And also we have some attributes for audio. So if we use controls, so controls is nothing but it will give the option for you to play button and pass button, everything will be there. Okay, so just you can run this file. So here you can see that particular file has been displayed. So if you can also, so here you can see the play button and the pass, and you can see the audios which you can view. So once again, and like this you can use some multiple files. If suppose if you are using some kind of OGG file, then you need to mention OGG, and here you need to mention OGG. So the file you need to download the OGG file. Okay, so it will work for you. So just check and let me know. Okay, for audio also the same thing. See here, if you are going to use a video, so what happened? Just copy this. Same thing, you need to change here to be a video, and you need to controls. You need to use a control attribute. Once it is done, you need to rename the file. So what is the audio file we have? Okay, and you also need to mention the width and the height. Why? Because it's going to play some images, right? So for that purpose we need. So let me show whether I have saved that file. Just right click on this, go with open with editor. So see here, this is a width and height. So I'll just run this file, and so that we can compare. 1 minute, I'll download the We go with the MP4. Okay, if you click on this download option, just select and click on download. So now go to this notepad. Here, just move on to the downloads option. As I have rename, just copy this file. Okay, so once you've done this, the MP4 file, right? Just changing this to MP4, so I don't want this OGG as of now. So just remove this. Okay, so let's check. I think this is not a file. Think. So see here the the some video. So actually it is restricted here because I have just blocked it. So that is the reason it's not displaying. Okay. So but if you see it in your end, it will be working. Okay. So here you need to use a video element, and what is a width? So 320 width from left to right, and the top to bottom it should be 240. And what is controls means? Controls is nothing but the play options which you are getting here. Okay, and here you need to mention what a format it is. It is MP4, and the type and the format. Okay, so everything you need to mention it here. Is it clear? And so this is called as a form. What are the important like interview questions they can ask? Mostly, if the students are going for an interview, they ask to create a form. Okay, so we'll see what are the basics we have. I already have these things. We can do some addition and we can work on. Okay. Okay. See here. This is the basic examples I have. Let me create a new file. Save as. Okay, so see here, I'm just creating the same template which we already have. So just copy this template. Okay. I'm just closing this body element. So to create a form, so we definitely need a form tag. Just close this form tag and the HTML also /HTML. Okay, so inside this form, first we need to know what are the elements we have for the HTML, that is form elements. Form elements. We have something called as input elements, text area, and we have something called as data list, select. So these are the different form elements we have. And what are the input? So first we'll check what it is. First go here and I'm creating an input. So we have different input types. So if we are getting a input from the user, so it will be like it will be in a text format, or I'll also mention what are the different types. You can check it. So once we create this, you can do it on yourself. So input type, We have something called as text and password. And we have something called as a radio buttons, checkbox, and then we have something called search options, submit, reset. So these are the different values we have. This goes on. Okay, as of now, I'll just create a text and password form. And one basic interview questions we'll get here. So why we are using a label? So can anyone tell me why we are using label? What is the use of label? Any guess? Some name for this. So what is the use of a label element? Anyone knows? Any idea? Okay, so just
Labels are to access some portion of or to recognize some portion
okay,
to
okay,
access.
yeah. So it is like a just like a titles, right? So if I'm giving this to be a first name, okay, and so mostly whatever you give. So here we'll be having a for that is attribute, and here I'm just giving it as a ID to be a F name. So this ID and for name should be similar. So why we are using in the real time is this is asked in the interview. Why? Because it is only mostly used for the screen readers. So who are the screen readers? They need this element because it is mentioned. So example, we have some note and we will be labeling right for the for our kids or for our brothers or sisters like that we are doing the same thing. We are just giving a element name as label. For that purpose, we are going for this label. It is mostly used for the screen readers. Okay, and and also in image also we are having something called as alt. Alt is also it is used for the screen readers again. So we have something called as a semantic elements. So do you know anyone knows what is semantic elements? This is also an interview questions for HTML and CSS. Semantic elements is nothing but it has some meaning. So that element should have some meaning. So if I give a H1, if anyone is new for this HTML, they will not understand. So what is called as H1? So they will be confusing. But if you're using the semantic elements, they will be very clear. So what it is. Example, what is header? So something it should be header and footer and section and something called as a site. So these are all having a meaning. So that is called as a semantic element. Okay, so whenever the students are creating a website, so they definitely go with the semantic elements because it should be user friendly, right? So see here, I have created a name, first name, just copying this, paste it here. Okay, and I just want this to be a password. I need a password. So here I'll just change this to be like this. You can give any sort of name here. Okay, copy and paste it here as well. And I need a some submit button. Okay, so this I don't want this label now. I'm changing this type to be a submit. I don't want any of these things. Just remove all these. I'm giving a value. So value is nothing but what is the button that submit button name should be. So I'm giving a submit. Okay. Okay, now I will go and refresh. So here you can see. So I'll change this name and password. So here you can see. So like this, it will be there. So if I type some names and details, so see here, it is in a text format and this is in a format that is a password hidden mode. Okay. So now So we'll see what are the different attributes we have. Attributes is example, I need this password to be filled. So what I will do is I will set the attributes to be a required. Save and run this. Okay, if I'm not giving anything, I'm giving a name as Uma. Okay, and I'm not giving any password. I'm just clicking on this. You can see something has been thrown. Like, so please fill out this field. So this is mandatory. Like this, it is shown. So this was called one of the input attribute. Okay, and if I'm trying to, okay, it is required. So now I'm using a select options. Okay, select is an element. In the select options, I need multiple options to be displayed to the user. I'm telling like, okay, this is a foundation course slash option, and I'm just copying this. Here I'm just changing this to be FSWD, and this going to be like AI. So like this, I've given an option, so they need to choose any options. So see here like this, it will be there. But now I'm giving an attribute like a size to be some 3. So what happened? All the 3 option it is viewing. So this is one type of attributes that is value we have for select options. If I'm just I'm adding some more things. Okay. And I'm just giving the attribute to be the multiple. So what happens? It will show the all the entire things which we have. Okay. So like this, it will be there. And we have something called as a selected. So if I want something to be always be selected, you can mention like this. To refresh this, you can see the foundation is already being selected. So if you refresh this page, so these are the some example. And what is uh, in the form itself, we have some options for the form attributes. Okay, form attributes, something called as actions. So action is nothing but, so this is called as mainly using for the front end. So if something should be placed in the server side scripting, so we will have a file as file.php. Okay, but as of now we are not going to use. Okay, so if something called as file.php, and we have some thing called as, one minute, one second. So here action, so we have mentioned the file name, right? So if all the details of my customer or my employees, everything it's going to stored in some places, right? So that is called as a file.php I have mentioned. So here I have something called as a method as an attribute. Here I have 2 values. Either you can go with the post, or you can, ma'am, actually I want to know what is the scope of php next. Yeah. So I think yes, that's a nice question actually. So PHP, yes. So it is like an server side scripting language, right? So but after 5 years, it will be somewhat the growth will be you know uh, down. So as of me, okay, why? Because there are so many technologies we are getting up. So PHP is getting very less. So obviously the scope will be a little bit less, but from before 10 years also they'll be saying like this. So php will be it will be not in a list after some time. After, if go for 5 to 6 years, it will not be there. But as of now, still it is in the line. So we can't predict such a thing, but somewhat it is not in the place, I can say. Okay, Pradeep? Okay. So the next thing is a method. Okay, thank you. Yes, in if you're using an action, so it stores the data. So if you using a method to be post, what happens is the data will be get stored in that action for that is file. If you are going to mention this to be a get, then it will be stored in your URL itself. It will not be a secured one if you use get method. So these are the two different things they will be asking in the interview. But if you go with other attributes, I have other attributes like, so I don't want this to be present. So just removing all these things. We have another attributes like autocomplete. So if I give autocomplete to be off, okay. So if I go and refresh it here, I type something, nothing has been showing at the bottom, right? So I'm refreshing it again and just changing this to be an on. What happens is if I refresh this value, if I type something, you can see some suggestions here, right? So FF and BB, Sandhya, like this, and names has been mentioned here. So this is what we are using autocomplete. Okay, while typing itself, it will give some suggestions. Okay, and next thing is if I'm changing that to be, what does no validate. So no validate is I have given password to be required, right? So if I go and refresh, okay, and I'm just typing something and I click on submit, nothing is showing as please fill out this field like this. If I remove this particular no validate, I go to the same page and if I refresh, I'm not giving anything. It is showing us please fill out this details. So this is what it will be. Clear. So this is all about the small introductions of form and how we can create this. So reset option is nothing but if you get reset type to be reset, then everything will be changed. So I can also share you what are the different form elements. See here, these are the, so in this particular form, you can see so many options, input, label, select. So just go through these things and come tomorrow. And if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the forms. Okay. So I'll just share this links in the, I'll save it in the notepad and just go through the forms. And what is next thing is text formatting. So as of now, if you see, if I use I'm just giving some element here. Song is nothing but bold. Yes. Yes. Do you have any questions? Yes, Ayyappan.
No, madam.
Okay. So if you give strong, so it will be in a bold character. So we just go and check. See here, it is on bold characters. But so previously, we have something called as a bold, that is for B and I. So it has been deprecated from HTML. Why? Because we are using it for the style tag. So in a style tag, we have a different thing, that is in a CSS. You are using this bold and italics. Okay, but instead of recompensating it, we are using a strong and EM. So these are the some important text formatting. It is very simple. And what is called as block level block components we already know. So now we will move on to the CSS. So why we are going for the CSS? So that it has been given here. Okay. Okay. So CSS. So what is called as properties and value. So before going to this, we'll have some small intro on this. Let me delete this form, changing this to be a CSS. Okay. So in this body element, what I'm going to do is there are three different styles we have. That is, we can apply the presentation. So HTML is like a word text, and CSS is like a presentation. So you're going to give a color for this text. So that is called as a CSS. CSS is nothing but cascading style sheet. Okay. So in this cascading style sheet, what we are going to do is, I'll tell you what is the different style sheets we have: inline, internal, and external. So these are the three ways we can give a styles. Okay, in inline, if you see, I have a H1, inline style sheet. Okay, so I'm giving some color for this. Example, style is an attribute here, and I'm giving a property and value. See here we need to mention the property and value. So what is a property is what you're going to mention. So if I'm giving a text align, so my alignment should be in a center, then I will give it as a center. Okay, so H1, the style, this is an attribute, and this is a property, and this is a value. So now if you go and check, so what happens? If you run this file, you can see it is placed in the center. So we are creating this within the HTML element itself. That is called as an inline style sheet. If you're going to create it using an external, so then what it is? Style. So here you are changing this attribute, style attributes, to be in a style element. Okay. So now we need to mention, example, I have some H2 element. I'm giving Redmi. So here, this is a H2 element. So H2 is my selector. Okay, what I'm going to use, so that is called as a selector, and I'm giving some property and value. I'm giving a color to be some, I'll go with the ash values, AE. So it will be in a gray color. Let's go and check. So you can see Redmi, it is in a gray color. Okay, so what you have to mention, selector name, color, and the value. And again, if suppose I'm going to use it this using an external, so then create a new file, save as, and save the file as JavaScript, JS, JavaScript file, and give a name for this. I'll give JS and save this file. So here I'm creating one more heading, that is H3/H3. Okay, and for this I'm just going to give a color. So first I will give some text here. So here I'm giving a background color. It's going to be some green. Okay, so now this is a different file, right? So I just want to link this two files. So how I can do it? Using the inside the head element, you need to mention. So go here and give scripts src and the file name. The file name is js.js. Okay, and you can also mention the type. So type is, it's a JavaScript file, and mention sorry, it is a plain text, right? So first mention the it is a plain text /JS. That is JavaScript. So first thing is you can give this or else you can directly give this as well. So this is enough. And sorry, ma, it's gonna be here. Sorry, we are seeing about CSS like. So file, save as, save this to be cascading style sheet. Save this. Okay, just go to the forms. And now we are doing, we need to link this file. So link, and you need to mention the href file name. So href, what is the file name? js.css, and the relation is nothing but style sheet. So you need to mention like this. Okay, so this is what it will be. So now we will go and check. So now you can see the thing, but one second. You can also mention the type. It's going to be a text slash css. So the file name is dot it is not displaying. Just right click, go to inspect and check. Yes, we have one error. Okay, better I'll try to change the file name for this. Okay, my file is not there, so that is the reason it's not. Now we will change the file name here to be cascade. Cascade. Yeah, so it is working now. So this is how we will be, having a three things in this. Okay, and next thing is we should know what is the cascading orders. So cascading order is very very important. So if example they, while the students are doing or creating lifetime projects, so what happens is for the same element they will be using inline, internal, and for external also they will be using. So by mistakenly it will happen. So they should know which should take first. Okay, so example, let it be h1 itself. So I'm changing this to be h1. I'm going to apply a different properties for the same element. Okay, so here I also am giving h1. So what happens is if I run this code, okay, so yes, if I run this code, what happens is it takes inline and the internal. So what is the order is cascading order is nothing but first it will take the inline and then internal and finally external. So this is what it will do. Okay, so this is how it will take the order. And check. And what is called as dynamic CSS. So dynamic CSS mostly they are using in the real time. So we'll see how it works. Can you? So I think it's going to be 1 o'clock. Can you wait for other 10 more minutes if possible? So if yes, give thumbs up. If not, also you can tell me. You can tell me in the chat box. If it is not okay. So can I have your 5 minutes, other 5 more minutes? Can you wind up at 1:05? Yes, is it okay from your end? Just tell me. Is please let me know. Okay. If not, also please just convey in the chat box. I can also proceed. So what's the timing? It is 10 to 1, right? And before coming to the next session, that is on tomorrow's session, I just want you to, okay, I just want you to go through. Give me one.
Madam, is there any assessment today? Madam?
Yes, we have a baseline assessment, right? So I have
Yes,
shared the
madam, I
link.
have filled that.
You have done it, right?
Yes, madam.
Okay, great. So today we have only baseline assessment. So after that is on Friday, you will be having a final assessment after completing all this process. Okay, so it will be easy. And also at the last day we'll be having a feedback form, Google form, everything will be there. And just keep that in mind. So like you should have some 70% of attendance, then you will not be qualified for this process. So everything is a screen recording. So just come to the session regularly. Okay, and if you have any sort of
Assignments, if
doubts, you
any,
can ask me. Yes, I have.
assessment, if any, madam, today.
Today we don't have any assessment. Okay, if you're
Assignment.
done with the baseline assignment, yes, I will give you the assignment. One second. Now, what I will do is I'll share you the day one. So see here. So this is a day one activities which I have. Okay. So just go through and come. I'll share this particular PDF in a WhatsApp group. Clear? Yes, Ayyappan. So here, I hope my screen is visible. So here we have some events examples and forms examples, HTML and CSS example. So this is a, I'll give you one thing. Okay. So just take this particular website. Okay. So this HTML and CSS, I'll share this one, HTML and CSS website. That is a Parallax website. I'll show you this thing. So this is a Parallax website. If you come down, so that image will be in a fixed format and the text will be scrolled. Can you see this? So this you have to design. I will share you the text and what are the things it will be there. I want you to. I want you to I just want one second. I just want you to share the images. So just you want to replace the images what you have and the text also. Clear, Ayyappan and everyone? So this is as assignment I can give it for you. Just give me one second. And whatever the things I have taught today, you have to create a website using this. Just I'll share you this. Okay, I think I have. I'll just share it in the WhatsApp group and here also. And also I have one more thing, that is using a bootstrap. Okay, but if you have some bootstrap knowledge, you can do it. Otherwise, leave it. Okay, that also I will share you. Just edit all your information. I'll show you how it will be. So this is a basic website. Okay, so these are the information you can give, your details, your image, and what are the things you are going to do. So contact informations, everything you can give here. Okay, this also I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. Just convert that page with your idea. So how we are going to do? 10 minutes, as I already have the archive file. So this is the assignment for today. Okay, just do it. But I'm expecting all the 60, I think 68 other participants. I want everyone has to complete their baseline assessment. Okay, so once you complete, just intimate it in the WhatsApp group or the Teams. Clear? I will share the today's notes, and please, this is your assignment. Okay, so just check and change the details and just to get an idea. So what are the properties they have used, everything. Okay, and also I'll share this PPT if you want, but I hope you already have an access. And if anyone is facing an issue in login, please let me know. Okay, any other doubts? Yes, no doubts?
Madam, we are unable to open the SAR file.